Hello everyone, a retro minimalist here. Today I'll be making a video where I will replace the screen, two of the action buttons, and upgrade the speaker of my second Miyoo Mini. I'll be replacing two of the action buttons because I often play at night and I have a lot of misclicks as all the buttons have the same tactile response and the same texture. The two new buttons that I will be adding have different shape. They are concave rather than convex buttons. This means that rather than protruding shape, they are a little bit sunken. They are also 3D printed, which makes it easier to distinguish them from the rest of the buttons due to that special texture that 3D printed buttons have. And then I'm changing the speaker because the new one is simply louder. And then I'm replacing the screen because the original one broke just after a couple of hours of use. As you can see, the device turns on. There is also audio from the user interface. However, the screen remains dark. So first we will be of course disassembling the Miyoo Mini, and I will not go in as much details as I went into my other video, which I'm going to link into the description below. If you need a detailed guide on how to disassemble the Miyoo Mini, then I really recommend you to check it. Okay, so of course we first turn off the device and then we unscrew all the buttons in the back and under the battery. After we remove the back cover and unplug the battery. We then unscrew the two remaining screws and lift the back cover. And then we remove the ribbon cable tape, unlock it from the port and disconnect the ribbon cable. With the ribbon cable disconnected and without further disassembling, I decided to test my replacement screen just to be 100% sure that indeed it is the screen that is broken and the device will work fine as soon as I change it. I connected it temporarily and I was happy to find out that indeed it turns on and works fine. After of course temporarily plugging in the battery. I must admit it was a little bit tricky to hit the A button to confirm the turn off. I then disconnected the battery and the temporarily attached screen and continued with the disassembling process. Finally lifting the motherboard and reaching the buttons, which will be one of the things we are replacing today. Quickly removing all the triggers, followed by the buttons. Quick cleanup of the work area before we use the blow dryer to loosen the adhesive. And there we go with that blow dryer. I will cut the video quickly, but in reality I took 30 seconds to a minute here. When I tried to remove the screen at that point, it actually broke apart, which in my opinion speaks to the quality of the parts Miyoo Mini is using nowadays. Spending some time to heat the back of the screen did not really help. A quick comparison of the two screens. As the adhesive of my not new but old screen that I'm using for replacement was not very sticky, I decided to add just a tiny little bit of super glue. Afterwards I seated my screen and pushed here and there just to make sure it sticks properly and sits in place. Time for our next mod that we are doing today, removing the speaker. I'm using a plier tool here, but I suggest to you that you use a flat screwdriver. I think that in most cases that's what works best. Time to open the new speaker and to remove the blue tape that is protecting its adhesive. It's also important to orientate it properly. The slightly protruding pins need to be facing upwards and be close to the screen. do not push the speaker too deep into the socket because it needs to have contact with the motherboard. In fact, I do recommend that you use a flat screwdriver to pull out the two contacts a little bit. And now, finally, onto the buttons. Mine are from the Sakura Retro Modding store on Etsy. I'll make sure to leave a link to the store in the description of the video. Testing that concave tactile feeling feels very good and definitely different when compared with the default Miyoo Mini convex buttons. Now let's see them in their sockets and put back the clickers. Reseating the motherboard. Remember, always start from the side with the volume wheel. Let's reconnect that ribbon cable and lock its port. Time to put that power button in the top left and then place the back cover. And now we screw all the screws back in place. Quick job quality control. The new buttons do feel very nice. Let's reattach the battery and plug in the SD card. Time to turn on the Miyoo Mini and test that both sound and controls work fine. All seems fine, and that overnight play is now especially satisfying. Thanks for watching, until next time.